Time now for a Golf Today roundtable. Let's welcome in Golf Channel senior writers Rex Hoggard and Ryan Lavner. Rex, you're still in the Bahamas, man. I'm curious about the vibe, because in the jungle, the lion likes to bat the prey around a little bit before going in for the kill. A saw grip and a 6-shot victory. What was the vibe like at Albany?
I actually like that. That's a perfect analogy, Damon, because what you saw yesterday here in Albany was just a clinic of what he's doing. And this is Scottie Scheffler at his absolute best. He was doing the normal things that we're used to seeing him doing, dominating with just sublime ball striking. But then you add this claw grip, which apparently he's been tinkering with the last few months, and he brings that to the table. And this is what you get with it. Not only did he finish fourth in the field in strokes gained putting, but he also converted 63 of 65 putts from 10 feet and in. That's always sort of that crucial range where he goes to that putt. We've said it all along that if he just putted average, that if he didn't give any strokes to the field on the greens, that he would win more times than that. Now he's doing it better than almost anyone else in the field, and you end up with a 6-shot victory.
Lav, this has been just the cherry on top for what has been a groundbreaking, remarkable season for Scottie Scheffler. When you look at what he's achieved, the 9 worldwide wins, the Olympic gold, the Masters, the Players, the FedEx Cup, it goes on and on, breaking out of jail to make his tee time at the PGA Championship. It's been unforgettable, but for you, Lav, when you look back at everything that he has achieved, what will this season be remembered for? What is his greatest moment of the year for you?
The greatest golf that Scottie Scheffler played was the back nine, 29 to win the Olympic gold medal. I think the most astounding performance was what he did at the PGA Championship, a tournament in which he didn't even win, but still finished in the top 10, despite beginning the day of his second round in a holding cell in Louisville. I mean, I think what's going to be remembered about Scottie Scheffler's 2024 is just his mind-numbing consistency. We've seen now the best consistent season since Tiger Woods' prime, and then as Rex addressed, he's sort of systematically, Scottie Scheffler is addressing one of the few weaknesses he even has. And so the Hero World Challenge, I think, was a fitting reminder of his ball striking excellence, and then this should have served as a warning shot to everybody. I know it's a small sample size. I know it's a 1-week sample size, but this certainly looked like the undisputed best player in the world just got even better. Look out for 2025.
Wow, and Scottie accepting that trophy from Tiger for the second straight year. Rex, I'm curious, Tiger had his 11 minutes with Dan Hicks and Smiley Kaufman Sunday in the NBC Golf Tower. He had his pre-tournament press conference. For the Tiger fan at home, is it time to turn the page? He's going to be 49 in a few weeks. He said he's not sharp enough to compete with these kids like Scottie and Xander, at least at present. Or can the Tiger fan hold out hope for one more rabbit out of the playing hat?
Damon, I'm like you. I got out of the Tiger Woods doubting business a long time ago because he's proven us wrong so many times. But I think when you look at where he is right now, not so much the state of his game, but the state of his body. And Lav and I talked about this last week on the podcast, the idea that I sat down for that press conference on Tuesday with Tiger, less interested in his game than I was in the game, his thoughts on the game. A member of the PGA Tour's policy board, someone who has probably the loudest voice, the most important voice in that room, everything that's going on outside the ropes. It almost felt to me, and we have sat through these press conferences before. We do it every year with Jack Nicklaus at the Memorial. We used to do it with the late, great Arnold Palmer at Bay Hill once a year, where they would have a press conference and sort of address everything in golf. That's what it seems like Tiger is sort of moving towards. It's like he's become this elder statesman of the game, and I think he started to embrace it a little bit. His playing days aren't over. He is clearly still driven to compete, but it's hard at this point to imagine how he can get his body to cooperate.
Yeah, I think one of the most telling phrases last week at the Hero World Challenge, Rex, was Tiger saying that he's not yet competitive, quote, at this level. And we have asked Tiger to make so many comebacks over the past 15 years, and with how much time it's going to require him to be able to put in on the range and on the practice putting green to compete against a Scottie Scheffler, Xander Schauffele, Rory McIlroy, John Rahm. It just seems like a little bit too much. And this is not new analysis, but over the past couple of years, Tiger is only playing the toughest schedule against the best field. You'd love to see him play in quote-unquote warm-up events where, he can make a bunch of birdies, he can get some good vibes, he can get 72 holes of tournament competition under his belt. He just doesn't have enough faith in his body that he can do that, plus play the major championships and hope to catch lightning in a bottle, which is clearly what the hope has been over these past 3 years.
Rex, no doubt Tiger wants to play. Of course he wants to play. This is his world. This is his passion. This is all that he knows. Do you think at this point the golf fan wants him to play as much as he wants to play, just in terms of how tough it can be to see him out there struggling physically as much as he does? You know, we've seen it over the last couple of years. Is that desire for the fan as strong as it ever has been at this point, do you think?
I think the fans definitely want to see him play still, but I think no one wants it more than Tiger Woods. I mean, he is driven by competition. And I will say this, I was impressed with the way he sort of bounded down the stairs on Sunday afternoon to go to the 18th green to congratulate Scottie Scheffler. He is moving better than I've seen him move in recent years. But as Lav just pointed out, the body is just not cooperating. And I think he's driven. And when we get a situation where he's going to show up next year at Augusta National and everyone's going to be fixated on what he could possibly do because we've seen it so many times. But I don't think anybody wants it more than Tiger.